Okay, before you click away thinking I've lost my mind, hear me out for just 15 seconds. Have you ever been thinking about someone and they immediately text you? Or known exactly what your friend was about to say before they said it? Or felt someone staring at you from across the room? Well, congratulations. You've already been doing telepathy. You just didn't realize it. And by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to do it on purpose. I'm going to show you the actual method to send thoughts to people using quantum energy fields. And no, you don't need crystals or incense, though they do make everything more fun. What if I told you that the thoughts in your mind aren't actually confined to your skull? That every intention you form, every image you visualize, every feeling you experience can travel beyond your body and connect with others? What if the space between you and someone you love isn't empty at all, but filled with invisible streams of energy, carrying signals between your consciousness and theirs? That when you think intensely about someone and they suddenly call, it's not coincidence. It's energy responding to energy. This isn't wishful thinking. It's not some mystical fantasy. It's quantum communication. And more than that, it's something you've already experienced countless times without realizing what was happening. You are not just receiving reality, you are broadcasting it. And once you understand how to direct this broadcast intentionally, your connections with others begin to change in ways that might seem impossible. Because today, you won't just hear inspiring ideas. You'll discover the actual method behind quantum telepathy, the science and practice of sending and receiving thoughts using energy fields that connect all consciousness. And most importantly, you'll learn how to use it in your everyday life. Welcome to Cosmic Mind, your laboratory for consciousness exploration, energy mastery, and reality hacking. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and make sure to watch until the end, because the most powerful technique is waiting there, and it might just revolutionize the way you connect with everyone around you. Imagine two tuning forks placed across a room from each other. Strike one, and something fascinating happens. The second begins vibrating at the same frequency, without any physical contact. Sound waves travel through the air, creating a bridge of resonance between them. Now replace those tuning forks with brains, your brain and someone else's, both generating electrical signals, both creating measurable electromagnetic fields that extend beyond your physical bodies, both constantly broadcasting and receiving. This invisible network isn't science fiction, it's basic physics. Every thought you have creates electrical impulses in your brain, generating electromagnetic fields that radiate outward from your body. These fields don't just disappear, they interact with other fields, including the electromagnetic fields generated by other people's brains. Your thoughts aren't trapped in your head, they're energy patterns rippling outward, touching everything around you. And sometimes, when conditions are right, these patterns synchronize with someone else's brain, creating moments of inexplicable connection. Have you ever thought about someone and had them text you seconds later? Or known exactly what a close friend was about to say? Or felt someone staring at you from across a room before you saw them? That's not random chance. That's quantum telepathy in action. This network connects you to everyone, but especially to people you share strong emotional bonds with. The stronger the emotional connection, the stronger the telepathic bridge. That's why mothers often know when their children are in danger, even from miles away. That's why twins report knowing each other's thoughts. The emotional bond creates a stronger energetic resonance. Think about this. Have you ever been in a room where someone was angry but not showing it, and you could feel the tension? Or walked into a space where people were genuinely happy and instantly felt uplifted? That's not just reading body language. It's directly sensing the energy fields created by emotional states. The invisible network of thought isn't theoretical. It's not metaphorical. It's literal. It's real. And once you become conscious of it, you can begin using it deliberately. You've been told that your brain is just a complicated computer, processing inputs, storing memories, generating outputs. But what if your brain is actually more like a quantum radio, constantly broadcasting and receiving signals beyond the limits of your physical senses? Your brain generates enough electricity to power a small LED light. This electrical activity creates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your body. This isn't speculation, it's measurable fact. What scientists are only beginning to understand is how these fields interact with other consciousness fields around them. When you focus intensely on a thought, you strengthen its signal. When you attach emotion to that thought, you amplify it further. Your focused thoughts aren't just abstract concepts, they're energy patterns with specific frequencies and intensities. And just like radio signals, these patterns can be received by compatible receivers, other human brains tuned to similar frequencies. This is why random thoughts about someone are less likely to reach them than thoughts charged with deep emotion. The emotional charge acts as a signal booster, pushing your thought energy further into the field of shared consciousness. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your brain doesn't just send signals when you're trying to. It's constantly broadcasting your dominant thoughts, worries, desires, and intentions, even when you're not aware of it. Ever wonder why some people seem to get you instantly while others never do? Or why certain relationships feel effortless while others feel like constant miscommunication? That's your quantum transmitters either syncing up or operating on completely different frequencies. So when you wonder why telepathy sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, ask yourself this: how clear is my signal? How focused is my intention? How strong is my emotional connection to the receiver? You can't transmit a clear message through a cluttered channel. The universe isn't blocking you. Your own mental static is. But here's the good news. Your transmitter can be tuned. Your signal can be clarified. And when it is, your ability to connect telepathically begins to strengthen with practice. You are not limited by physical distance. You are only limited by the clarity of your broadcast. Every emotion you experience isn't just a personal feeling, it's a frequency. You are not just feeling emotions, you are broadcasting them. You are not just thinking thoughts, you are transmitting them. Your energy signature speaks before your words do, and it reaches far beyond what you can see or touch. Fear, doubt, and skepticism create static in your telepathic field. They're like radio interference, disrupting the clear transmission of your intentions. That's why forcing telepathy rarely works. The moment you become frustrated or doubtful, you've already compromised your signal. If you carry tension in your mind, you'll block incoming messages. If you're constantly distracted, you'll miss the subtle impressions arriving from others. The outside reflects the inside. Always. That's why telepathic connections often happen when you least expect them. During meditation, just before sleep, during flow states, or in moments of deep calm. These are states when your mental noise quiets down and your signal clarifies naturally. Think of your consciousness like water. When water is turbulent and full of sediment, it doesn't reflect clearly. But when it becomes still and clear, it perfectly mirrors everything above it. Your calm, centered mind becomes the perfect receiver for telepathic impressions. I once worked with a mother and daughter who lived across the country from each other. The mother had been trying to send messages to her daughter for months without success. Why? Because she was trying too hard, creating tension and doubt with every attempt. It wasn't until she approached it playfully, with lightness and certainty, that her daughter began calling her saying, "Mom, I just had the strongest feeling to check on you." She didn't become more psychic. She simply removed the resistance blocking her natural telepathic ability. She stopped trying and started allowing. When people say telepathy isn't real, they're both right and wrong. They're right that forced telepathy through effort and strain doesn't work. They're wrong that telepathy itself is impossible. It's not only possible, it's your natural state of connection when mental barriers are removed. If you want stronger telepathic abilities, raise your vibration, cultivate joy, practice playfulness, approach with curiosity instead of demand. The universe doesn't respond to your striving, it responds to your state. And if this message is resonating with you, even a little bit, hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach more people who are ready to explore these quantum connections. Your support means everything to this channel. Thank you for being part of this exploration. Here's a secret about telepathy that most teachers won't tell you. The moment you try to force a telepathic connection, you've already blocked it. Not because telepathy isn't real, but because effort creates resistance, the exact opposite of the receptive state needed for quantum thought transmission. Let's say you decide to send a mental message to your friend. You concentrate intensely, squeezing your eyes shut, mentally shouting the thought. Then nothing happens. Your friend never receives it. Is telepathy fake? No. Your approach was simply counterproductive. Telepathy isn't something you do. It's something you allow. The harder you try, the less it works. This isn't a spiritual concept. It's practical physics. Tension in your mind creates brainwave patterns that actually interfere with clear transmission and reception. When you're relaxed, your brain produces alpha waves, the perfect state for telepathic connection. When you're straining, you produce beta waves, creating the equivalent of static on the telepathic channel. This is why telepathic breakthroughs often happen during mundane moments, while showering, driving, or drifting off to sleep. Your guard is down, your analytical mind steps back, the channel clears naturally. So what's the solution? Stop trying to be telepathic and start allowing telepathy to happen through you. Instead of forcing the message out, visualize it already being received. Instead of doubting the process, approach it with playful curiosity. I wonder if they'll get this. Carries much less resistance than they must get this. The biggest mistake people make with telepathy is treating it like a physical action that requires force. It's not pushing, it's dancing. It's not shouting, it's resonating. The quantum field doesn't respond to your effort. It responds to your frequency. If telepathy isn't working for you, don't try harder. Shift states instead. Move from tension to relaxation, from doubt to curiosity, from forcing to allowing. Your telepathic abilities are always present. They're just waiting for you to get out of their way. So when unexpected challenges appear during telepathic practice, don't ask, why isn't this working? Ask, how can I relax more deeply into this experience? Because telepathy flows not from your effort, but from your surrender. Now let's turn this from fascinating theory into practical experience. Because no matter how mind-blowing these concepts are, they only transform your life when you actually use them. So how do you develop real telepathic abilities that you can demonstrate consistently? It's not about forcing results. It's about training your energy system until quantum communication becomes natural. And here are 3 essential practices to begin. The first step is preparing your energy body for telepathic transmission. Try this simple 30-second practice daily. Rub your palms together vigorously for about 10 seconds until you feel heat building. Then, slowly separate your hands about 2 inches apart. Feel the magnetic field between them, that subtle resistance, that gentle, pulsing sensation. Now slowly move your hands apart and together, maintaining awareness of the energy field between them. This isn't imagination. You're literally feeling your bioelectric field, the same field that carries your telepathic signals. Practice this energy awareness throughout your day. Feel the field around your head expanding and contracting with your breath. Notice how it interacts with other people's fields when you enter a room. This awareness sensitizes your system to energy, the foundation of all telepathic ability. Step 2. Telepathy strengthens with emotional intensity and clear visualization. Try this partner exercise. Sit facing a friend with eyes closed. One person becomes the sender, the other the receiver. The sender selects a simple image, like an apple, a star, or a tree, and visualizes it with intense clarity, adding emotional significance to it. This apple is the reddest, most delicious apple I've ever seen. I can taste its sweetness, feel its smooth skin. The receiver simply empties their mind and notices the first image that appears without analyzing or second-guessing. Compare notes afterward. What makes this practice powerful isn't just the sending, it's the emotional amplification. Thoughts coupled with emotion travel much farther in the quantum field than intellectual concepts alone. Practice this for just 5 minutes daily with a partner, and within weeks your success rate will begin to climb. Step 3. The most powerful telepathic technique leverages quantum entanglement between minds. Here's how. Before attempting telepathic exchange, synchronize your breathing with your partner for 2-3 minutes. This creates brainwave coherence, literally bringing your neural oscillations into harmony. Once synchronized, maintain a relaxed awareness of the connection between you. Don't try to send specific words, that's actually harder. Instead, share feelings, colors, or simple images. Allow impressions to flow naturally in both directions. If you want to take this further, practice with someone you share a strong emotional bond with during the transition time between wakefulness and sleep, the hypnagogic state. This borderland consciousness creates perfect conditions for telepathic exchange. Many experienced practitioners report their clearest telepathic successes happen in this twilight state. Remember, consistency matters more than duration. 5 minutes of daily practice will advance your abilities faster than occasional hour-long sessions. Like any natural skill, telepathy develops through regular activation of the neural and energetic pathways involved. So how do you use this beyond cool party tricks? How does quantum telepathy actually enhance your everyday reality? First, it transforms your relationships. Once you begin consciously tuning into others' energy fields, you'll notice subtle communications you were missing before. You'll sense when someone needs support before they ask. You'll feel when tensions arise and address them before they become conflicts. You'll connect with loved ones on levels beyond words. This isn't just convenient, it's evolutionary. We're moving beyond reliance on verbal communication alone and reclaiming the energetic awareness that's actually our birthright as conscious beings. Second, it expands your intuition. As you practice telepathy, you're actually strengthening your entire intuitive system. The same sensitivity that helps you receive others' thoughts also alerts you to opportunities, warns you of potential problems, and guides you toward beneficial choices. Think about the practical applications. Knowing when to call that client who's just thinking about your services, sensing which business direction contains the most potential, feeling when to proceed and when to wait. This isn't mystical. It's practical energetic intelligence. Third, it helps you manifest more effectively. The same energy channels that transmit thoughts to others also broadcast your intentions to the quantum field. As you strengthen your telepathic abilities, you simultaneously enhance your manifestation capacity. And finally, quantum telepathy reconnects you to the field of shared consciousness that we've forgotten in our individualistic modern world. You begin experiencing yourself not as an isolated entity, but as a connected node in a vast intelligence network. This shift in perception doesn't just change how you communicate, it transforms how you exist. You move from separation to connection, from limitation to expansion, from me to we. And the beauty is that these abilities aren't new. They're actually ancient capacities we're simply remembering. Every time you sense who's calling, before checking your phone, every time you know what your friend is about to say, every time you feel someone thinking about you, that's not coincidence. That's your quantum telepathic nature already at work. The telepathic potential you seek isn't something you need to acquire. It's something you need to uncover. The ability to connect mind to mind isn't futuristic. It's primordial, woven into the very structure of consciousness itself. You were never truly separate. You never actually lost connection. You only forgot how to access what was always there. The quantum field that enables telepathy hasn't been waiting for scientific validation to exist. It's been operating all along, carrying your thoughts, broadcasting your feelings, connecting you to everyone and everything around you. So don't strive for what you already possess. Don't force what naturally flows. Simply remove the barriers, the doubt, the analytical overthinking, the need for proof, and allow your natural telepathic ability to reemerge. Practice the techniques with playfulness, not pressure. Approach with curiosity, not demand. Trust the subtle impressions, the quiet knowings, the unexpected connections that already pepper your experience. Because quantum telepathy isn't about becoming superhuman, it's about becoming fully human, reclaiming the full spectrum of consciousness that's your inherent capacity. If this message resonates within you, if something stirred in recognition while watching, drop a comment saying, "My quantum channel is open." And if you found value in this exploration, please hit that subscribe button to join our Mind Quantum community. Your engagement helps us continue creating content that expands the boundaries of what we think is possible. Thank you for tuning in, both to this video and to the quantum field we share. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and stay quantum.